We have country style ribs. And we actually have two different types. If you go to your grocery store, you may see country style ribs that are cut out of the pork butt, we call it, Boston butt. Or you're going to see some that are cut out of the loin. Now, out of the loin, you're going to see the rib bone down at the bottom. They're actually two very different cuts and require a little bit different cooking times. But we're going to go ahead and cook both kinds. And I'm going to use a consistent ingredients on both of them. I'm going to use a mustard base on these, as well as the barbecue rub blend that we mixed up in a different segment. I'm going to start here with some mustard and just rub these real good. You ever cooked any country style ribs, FK?
No, sir.
I know they're very popular in some places. It's something cooked many times.
Why or when would we do this? Just is it decidedly different flavor? Why would we do this as opposed to some other cut? Is this something more like a tailgate thing?
Yeah, I mean,
it's not quite. It doesn't look like to me it's going to take quite the finite preparation and cooking as maybe some of the other cuts of pork.
Correct. I mean, it's a meatier piece of meat than you're going to get, with your other two styles of actual ribs. You've got a lot more meat on here, so it's a different style of rib. Actually, you've got loin meat on these, and you've got from the Boston butt on these, and it's not going to take as long for these to cook. They can be grilled very easily, or they can be smoked, so they can be cooked either way.
And as opposed to either the spares or the baby backs, you don't have to cut them down; they're ready to plate. Right,
they're ready to go. Right.
Okay.
Now we're going to pop the recipe up on the screen for this rub for you. I'm going to get a nice coat of rub on there. And don't be afraid to get that on there. We're going to work it in. And now get the other side.
Rub has a teaspoon of cayenne in it, but you can always add more, I guess. But you take a chance on alienating 50% of your guests, I suppose. So.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the heat. I personally like some heat myself, but you've got to be careful with it.
That's why the Lord made Tabasco, if you want it, put it on. Okay. These are ready to marinate. I like to get it at least 4 to 6 hours marinate time. If you can get a full 8 hours marinate time on this, that would be ideal. Okay, now we have the country style ribs, and we're going to go ahead and get them ready to go on the smoker here. The rub we used on them was that basic barbecue rub. We're going to take that same rub, and we're just going to kind of liberally apply it here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to let these sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. Let that rub work into the meat, and then be ready to put them in the cooker. Okay, we're back to our country style ribs. We applied some of the basic barbecue rub to them about 20-30 minutes ago, and they're ready to go on the cooker. We've added a couple wood chunks to the charcoal. Okay. Now we're going to come back to these
within about 2 hours, and actually they should be just about done. Okay, we're going to check the temperature of our country style ribs here, and we're looking for about 180 to 185 degrees on these, and they're right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull them off, and then we're going to let them rest for about 10-15 minutes before we serve them. Our country ribs are done. We're going to go ahead and cut into one. Now you can see a real nice doneness here. You can sauce these if you'd like. With your favorite barbecue sauce. We're using homebarbecue.com sauce. Just put a nice light coat of sauce on. I prefer to sauce barbecue after it comes out if you're going to sauce it. That's so the sauce doesn't burn. We have our country style ribs.